pop shit, they went pop. They bought Birkins, I bought stock. They still on the boat, I'm on the yacht. They taking shots, I'm taking spots. I see the shade, then they get blocked. They see the chain, then they went blind. Yeah, I know I'm different, I'm one of a kind. I took off on bitches and left them behind. How do you hate me if I'm on your mind? Sending me messages ain't Valentine. Bitches is messy, but I'm petty.
Hey, it's Dr. K, and I am back to tell you all about how I prepared for my dissertation defense. So this is going to be a series of videos about the dissertation defense. The defense is already up on YouTube. So if you want to check out my defense and see how it went, you can. I do not have the portion on there where I was asked questions, but I do have the presentation the presentation portion on there, and also when they told me that I passed. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my page and watch that video. So today I just want to talk about like how I prepped for my dissertation defense, because I searched YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. I was searching for videos of other folks who have talked about the preparation for their dissertation defense, and it was very hard to find videos. Like, a lot of people also were not in the social sciences, so that was hard for me. A lot of people were in like STEM or like psychology, and I'm like, those ain't my fields. And I think psychology might be social sciences. Anywho, there was nobody who was doing it that was in my type of interdisciplinary program or did the type of research that I do. So I wanted to make a video just in case somebody else is looking for a video on how to prepare for your dissertation defense. So I'm going to give you 5 things that I did to prep, and I hope that they are helpful. Number 1, I created a shell of my presentation in Canva. So what I did was I met with my dissertation chair and I asked her what were the elements of the dissertation defense that I should incorporate into my actual physical PowerPoint, Canva, whatever you use, Prezi presentation. And from there, I created a shell. I built out all the pages I was going to need, and that was the very first step that I did. After that, I created a script. So for me, a script is really important when I'm doing a presentation of that magnitude, because there's a lot of information that you are going to be talking about, and you want to make sure that you hit all the top notes and high notes of that information. So what I did was I created a script, and I used my actual dissertation to create the script. So I took chunks of my dissertation out, put them in a script, and I reworded them so they were more conversational, so that way I could have that information. I did not reinvent the wheel. I did not create this script from scratch. I pulled from the dissertation, and that was very helpful. Also with my script, I only highlighted the things that I was actually going to say. So if I had some extra information there that I wanted to save for like the question and answer portion, just in case I was asked, I would have that in my script so it was easy to find. But I only highlighted what I was exactly going to say, and I would make that PowerPoint friendly. So whether that was put it in bullet points, use a graph, a chart, images, whatever, I would put that directly into the presentation, and that helped me build out my physical presentation. So the first thing I did was build a shell of the presentation of everything, all the pages that I would need. The second thing I did was create a script, and from that script, I built out the content of the presentation. The third thing I did was I practiced. I took 3 weeks and I practiced my presentation. I practiced it with friends who have had their who have had dissertation defenses. I practiced with friends who have been to dissertation defenses, and then I practiced with my partner at home. The reason why I chose these 3 different groups of people to practice with is because they're going to all have different feedback based on their knowledge of the defense and just their knowledge of how academia works, and it was really helpful. What I also did is I shared my presentation with a few scholars who have had their PhDs for a while and who had similar work as mine, and allowed them to give me feedback directly on the presentation. And that was really helpful because it allowed me to go back in and tweak it. I timed myself every single time I presented because for my dissertation defense, I only had 10 minutes. Most folks have up to 45 minutes for their defenses, but for my program, not even my program, for my committee, I had 10 minutes, and I wish I would have had more, but fuck it, we ball. The fourth thing I did was I reread my entire dissertation. I went to the library, I printed off the entire dissertation, and I read it like I would read a book. It's about 166 pages. So I just went through and read it. I didn't add any edits. I didn't try to annotate it. I just read the dissertation so I can immerse myself in the literature, immerse myself in the findings, the conclusion, the discussion one more time, just reading through it. And then the fifth thing I did was the week of my dissertation defense, I did not practice. I did not open anything. I did not look at anything. I spent that week doing absolutely fucking nothing. When I say I didn't do anything school related, I mean that. The only thing I was concerned about was my outfit, how my best friend was going to beat my face, who was going to come to the dissertation defense watch party, what I was going to eat, and what I was going to drink. That is all I worried about. And it sounds easier said than done, but you really need to build that time in. Another thing I did was I took off work, right? So if you are not working, then you don't really have to do this, but I worked full time and I was an adjunct instructor the entire time I was in my program. So the whole 4 years I worked full time and I had a part-time job. So I was teaching asynchronous this semester, so I made sure all my students had everything they need, and then I took off work from my full-time job so that way I could focus on doing absolutely fucking nothing. When I say I didn't do anything, I stress it to you, I did nothing dissertation related. On the day of the dissertation defense, I also did not do anything extra before. I had practiced plenty of times 3 weeks before. There was no reason for me to practice again. Nothing has changed, right? I had settled. I had practiced with my dissertation chair, which was great. Got feedback from them. And that was the last time I practiced that presentation. I want to put an asterisk and say, if you are going to be doing your presentation via Zoom, make sure you test out your Zoom and test out your presentation in Zoom. So when I was practicing with folks, I did it via Zoom as if I was doing it for the actual defense, so I can make sure that there weren't any issues with the technology, right? So those were the 5 ways that I prepared for my dissertation defense, and it was extremely successful. You can watch it on my YouTube channel. I had 283 people at my dissertation defense, and that is just a testament to how much community I have built over the past 15 years of my life, whether it was in K-12, undergrad, my master's program, and definitely my PhD program. I had built a community that rode for me and supported me, and they all showed up for my defense, which I was really grateful for. And then my wonderful husband and partner, he made a watch party downstairs in our living room, so I had friends actually come over. So that's another thing that I want to put an asterisk by that my therapist had me do, is think about how you're going to feel once they say you pass and what you want to do after. Some people, they go straight to fucking sleep. I understand. I was exhausted as well. Some people go out to eat. I went out to eat with friends, and then I came back to the house and chilled, and then I took a nap. Some people go on a vacation immediately. Some people do so many different things they do. But find something that will make you happy, even if it's going to your favorite fast food restaurant, ordering all the things that you want to order, getting you an ice cold drink, and just sitting on the sofa rewatching episodes of Scandal. If that's what's going to make you feel good after your defense, God damn it, do it. So I hope this video was helpful, and I really hope you all will watch my dissertation defense and let me know what you think. Bye.
Pop shit, they went pop, they bought